Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Terra Classic. I've gotten a lot of requests for this one, uniquely enough, because of how, I wouldn't say how much it's struggling, but it's having difficulty, obviously, getting above a specific price point. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to try to look at some Elliott wave as well, which I think is important to recognize, but there's not a lot of larger time frame patterns that we're seeing here with higher highs, higher lows, or the inverse as well. It's kind of all over the place, so we'll discuss what that means too. And if you are new to the channel, just know I love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. Obviously, you want to become a better trader. CryptoCash.tech is a site, link down below. We do offer discounts for military, third world countries, as well as students, so be sure to reach out to me with my contact information on the homepage there if you're interested in obviously taking a look at that. We have trading signals community and of course my trading academy teaching you everything I know. So when it comes to Terra Classic, let's go ahead and address the obvious, right? So on the daily, we can see we're stuck below 50 in the RSI. It's been like that for some time, and as you can kind of see here in the past, with Terra Classic, when it ever gets above 50 on the RSI, sorry, it's a terrible straight line, let's go ahead and try this here again. You can see that for the most part, when it's above 50 on the RSI, it's bullish, right? It's going to be moving upwards. Now, we've been below 50 on the RSI ever since here, which is obviously a day, February 9th, if you remember that. That was a pretty terrible day for the market. We can see, of course, the price has been stuck below these key level resistances and under 50 the entire time as well. So, with us being under 50, that's a pretty stark reality here that we need to recognize that we're still bearish in the short term or the most immediate future. Okay, until we break above that, we can expect the price action to continue to have some trouble. Now, we saw a lot of money flowing into the market here as well with the money flow index. That's positive, but unless that volume can continue to stay and maintain itself, RSI will have difficulty getting above, or the price action will have difficulty getting above that level. So we just need this money flow index to remain high. More money needs to be coming into Terra Classic, of course, in order to maintain a price point to push the price action higher. Okay, without volume, without incoming, it's just not going to go anywhere. That's just the bottom line, and some people don't recognize that, but I love looking at volume, and I looked at that here today for Bitcoin. Tremendous amount of volume in the market now that could be positive for Terra Classic. We will see here soon. Now, overall, the daily is giving us bearish signs here. We take a look at the RSI in conjunction with the moving averages. We're below all the specific important ones. We're above 20 right now. It's a slight consolation. You can see this descending type of trend that we're in right now. It's overall bearish until we get above the 50. I would not really consider Terra Class to be on track. Okay, that's just kind of the stark reality there. Taking a look at the 4 hour though, that's where things get interesting. Okay, now in other words, there's no Elliott wave specific, no higher highs, higher lows that we can kind of relay on. So generally speaking, at this point, when we're looking at the 4 hour, we can see we're underneath 50 in the RSI, but we're potentially going to converge here, or at least we got a convergence on the horizon. Now, I say potential, so far ways away, it could very well not even happen, but it's like one of those constellations where we got some conflicting information. 4 hour time frame is not telling us a heck of a lot. When we look at the 1 hour, though, of course, things do get a little bit more, a little bit more clear, I guess you could say. Because when we take a look at TD sequential, we can see we're hitting these over-exhaustive states, 9s and 8s pretty consistently, but we're at a 3 right now. So hypothetically, again, the price action could continue higher from here, but keep in mind, we're at a 3 right now because of the fact that Bitcoin had a significant increase in the last 3 hours. Okay, so if you take a quick peek over at Bitcoin, you can kind of see here that Bitcoin had a very strong 3 hour candle, or last 3 hours, if you will. So again, that has a lot to do with this here, so this isn't fantastic by any stretch, but it is still a constellation nonetheless. Okay, so in truth, we might have another 6 more hours of continuation of the upside, but there's not a lot to really note here. If we look at the lower time Fibonacci retracement levels, we can see that there's a decent chance that we could hit the 12,500 mark and then potentially get rejected there. Okay, so we don't close above 12.5, or at the very least here today, 12.4. We don't really have much of a leg to stand on. I don't think it's going to continue much further. Take a look at the 15-minute time frame here. This one, the time frame that I like to use for my CC golden indicator, and we can see that there is not a heck of a lot of indication here to buy. Okay, literally, there's no buy signals or sell signals, and it's supposed to be able to identify those pretty easily, and we can see that there's not a lot of confirmation. So without confirmation implies there's no true direction here at this point. So I would recommend just waiting for a better price point. I know it seems crazy how much lower could it go. It can go lower, trust me. So if it were to, be much better off getting a lower price point. So maybe consider some limit orders if you insist on it. This could be the bottom, but there's no real sign that it's in yet. And with it behaving poorly right now and Bitcoin doing well, that is a bit of a concern because there's not a lot of volume at this point. And with low volume, we have a lot of sporadic behavior, such as candle wicks like we saw a few days ago, that are just really hard, really fast in and out. All right, so hopefully that makes sense and I clarified some things for you. We'll keep a closer eye on this one here moving forward. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to working with you if you want, again, become a better trader, cryptocash.tech. Link in the description below. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.